afternoon. This is Vasta Talu with the Elbc News Summary. President Joseph Boakai and Interash have returned home after attending the 18th commencement convocation of the Regional Maritime University in Accra, Ghana. At the ceremony over the weekend, the Liberian leader called on Africans to embrace the spirit of peace to achieve social and economic transformation. The president believes African unity is pivotal to realizing the hidden potential of the continent for the benefits of its people. He called for collaborative efforts in the proper maintenance or management of the continent's natural resources for the good of the future generations. President Boakai also reaffirmed the country's unflinching support for the advancement of education in the maritime sector of the country and the sub-region. ECOWAS Commission Committee on Defense has recommended a 5,000-man brigade to be deployed in stages to combat terrorism and restore constitutional order in countries led by military hunters. The recommendation was made on the Committee of Chiefs and Defense Staff of the ECOWAS Commission at an extraordinary meeting of Ministers of Defense and Ministers of Finance on June 27 in Abuja, Nigeria. It followed a conclusion from the March 2023 meeting in Bissau, Guinea-Bissau. According to a release from ECOWAS, the defense ministers emphasized coordination of operational initiatives and urgent mobilization of capabilities. They also adopted the report with amendments, forming a small team to refine the proposal within 1 month and accelerate resource mobilization. ECOWAS Commissioner Omar Ali Toure, in his welcome remarks, emphasized the urgency of mobilizing internal resources to support the regional counterterrorism force, following directives from the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government. Dr. Toure highlighted the worsening security situation in the region, particularly in the Sahel, and the need for collective efforts to combat terrorism, and then called for a phased approach, starting with a 1,500-man brigade and the establishment of an ECOWAS Force Command post. Sierra Leone's Chief Immigration Officer, Olusu Kane, is challenging officers of the Liberia Immigration Service, LIS, to make a difference in harnessing in the country's security sector. Mr. Kane said this is critical to promote regional security and to ensure the attainment of the ECOWAS free movement protocols, border management, and operations. He was speaking over the weekend in Bangabon County when the LIS graduated more than 180 officers. Mr. Kane urged the graduates to always remain professional, upholding the integrity and ethical standards of the service under any given situation. He said immigration service and migration have a role in protecting the country's image and generating needed revenue for the country. Meanwhile, the LIS has lauded partners, especially UNDP, for supporting its ongoing reform processes. LIS Commissioner General Steve Zako said such support continues to enhance the professional and ethical standards of the LIS. He described UNDP as a strategic partner whose support remains unending, especially to the service. The LIS boss was speaking over the weekend in Bangabon County at the graduation of more than 180 officers at the regional hub. He charged the new recruits to serve with utmost commitment and dedication. And away from Liberia, at least 18 people have been killed and 30 injured in a series of deadly blasts in Nigeria thought to have been carried out by female suicide bombers. One of the bombers is reported to have killed 6 people and injured others at a wedding ceremony on Saturday in the northeastern Borno state. The state's emergency management agency said the coordinated attacks targeted a wedding, the victim's subsequent funeral, and a hospital in the town of Goswa. President Bola Tinubu condemned the attacks, calling them desperate acts of terror in a statement shared by his media aide on Facebook. That's Elbc News Summary. Vasta Talu. Good afternoon.